Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Beach FM, great to welcome back the chair of the Paraparaumu, the Raumati Community Board, Kathy Spiers. Good morning.
Good morning, John.
Now, are you finished your community consultation on what's going to be happening in terms of the Raumati road improvements?
Yes, that is completed now down at for the road safety improvements, and I'd like to thank the Raumati community. We had a great turnout and lots of great comments and good suggestions from the community as well. So now staff will pull all of that together into some plans and bring it back to the community board. And picking up from this, it is really important that community board members, that we know what is happening in our local community, because some of the plans that staff have drawn up, which are really, really good. Mm-hmm. There's another down at the end of Raumati Road. There is a cafe on the corner.
Yes.
And there's a one-car park, and there's a taxi park. And there's an elderly couple that pop into the cafe there because it's parallel parking. You don't have to go, into those other angle parks.
Sure.
And, and he gets out of the car and he walks around the door and helps his wife out, and they pop into the cafe. But the plan is to get rid of both those car parks. So I've spoken to staff and they said, well, maybe we could, do a parking for disabilities just around the corner, but so it's still parallel parking.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Just to make it easier, because sometimes people with disabilities,
yes,
with those angle parking, sometimes it's really difficult to get out of your car. And then some people wanted more art down at Raumati. One gentleman commented, he said, look, you come all the way down Raumati Road, and what do you see? The red light on the toilet. It's like, couldn't you put the toilet somewhere else? We've got a beautiful marine garden. You come down in, there's red light.
Red light district.
Yes. So that was really good. But there's quite a bit of speeding issues around the cars coming off Matatura and Alexander and into Raumati Road, and some people also brought up about the 30 k's past the schools. Oh. And that was meant to go through legislation, but because of COVID it hasn't. So it will be going through legislation at some point to have 30 k's. But then there's a big issue there because we've got the college, we've got the Raumati Beach School, and there's exits from, Hillcrest Road, Raumati Road, Margaret Road, Victor Road and all of that. So there's still a bit of work to be done when that comes into play. Do you make it 30 all the way or quite what do you do with all of that?
Who makes that decision, by the way? Is that a council decision, whether it's 30k or not? It's legislation, and councils hamstrung really by lots of legislation around speeding, signs and all the rest of it, because the signs have to be exactly the same. It's all in the specifications from NZTA, that this is what the sign has to look like. They're all blue with the white writing, and the speed signs are different and with the red and the white, and so no, that's all specified and they've got to be done to that standard. The other new factor in that area, of course, is the Performing Arts Centre, which in itself is going to be generating traffic, isn't it?
Yes, and it does, yes, because we were down there when the schools came out, and there's college students and primary school students, and they're coming out of performing arts as well as the school, and from all around. So yes, it's but it's good to have the performing arts, but we've just got to make sure everybody's is safe and can cross the road safely and get to the other side, and the cars slow down.
And that's right. Certainly Raumati is booming, no doubt about that. Is there any thought that possibly we should have a greater police presence to make sure that the traffic is as it should be?
Yes, well, there have been a couple of complaints, especially in Hillcrest Road, of the speed of traffic. And the police have been down there, and I know that they have been giving out tickets. So it's, to the Raumati community or people anywhere in Kapiti that travel down around Raumati, please slow down. Yes, the police have had a presence down there. So, and they are handing out tickets. So, yes, be careful.
Yes,
so that's good. It's good how, when different issues arise in our communities, we contact the police, they just go and do it, and it's just wonderful, and it's really, really good. But I guess it's good also so that we have, like community boards and people in the community that can let them know, well, these are the hot spots.
So
that's right.
But they come and sort it out. So it's really good.
I'm just thinking about your instance with the cafe and the elderly couple needing the parallel parking. For younger people, it never occurred to them. They're just looking at the efficiency, just stacking in more cars with the angle parking, and that's what they would be going by, because they haven't reached that stage of life where it's really important to be able to go out and have the little treat that might be the best thing that happens in their day, the cup of coffee at the cafe, and be able to do it conveniently, well, to make it possible even, because the angle parts could well make it impossible for them to go through that very pleasurable little treat for the day.
That's right, yes.
Younger people don't know that, nor should they be expected to know that, and that's what consultation should be for, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. But just on that, you've just reminded me. I was talking to a young mum over the weekend, and this young mum has a disability, not in a wheelchair, and does not have a walking stick, but is in pain every day due to her muscles and bones of some disease that she has, and she's got a mobility card for her car. But she said sometimes when she parks in those parks for people with disabilities, people in the community, she's had some glares lately, and people have even spoken to her about, what she's parking there for. So it's also a wake-up call that, it's not all older people that have disabilities as well. So that's ageism, isn't it? It is. Possibly reverse ageism, but it's ageism making assumptions based on the age of the person. They're just assuming a younger person is not disabled. Yes, but it's all good. So she'll sort it out. But she'll still park there, of course.
Good on her, and so she should. That's why she's got the ticket. And I believe there's an exhibition on at the library as well.
Yes, Nathan Allen Johnson has a photographic display in the library meeting room, and it's on today and tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m, and also on Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Now, Nathan is hoping from his photographic display to inspire people to travel somewhere new. I meant to pop in today, but I just ran out of time. So that is a really, really good exhibition. So I must pop in and see it myself. But it would be great, for people who don't know in the community. And it was advertised sometimes, people hear it on radio. Yeah. But a lot of us don't get our papers delivered, unfortunately. So we don't pick up a lot of these things. True.
I tell you what, and I don't really want to bang the drum too much, but if I was an advertiser, I'd be really annoyed with the number of papers that are not being delivered. I know it happens to me far too often, and not that I'm all that important, but I happen to be talking to other people that it's happening to as well. So, yes, I just wish that the papers had a more, reliable delivery mechanism. So, yes, back to that exhibition. It does look great, and that's a local exhibition as well.
Yes, so that is really good. And, of course, these times when we're trying to, get people, as they're doing now, travelling around the country, it would be good to, more people to come into Kapiti as well. But also it inspires you to, just go and travel, go somewhere where you haven't been before and have some enjoyment in life.
Indeed. And the first move is to turn right just as you go in the library. And that's where the exhibition space is.
Yes, in the library meeting room. Yes, correct.
Kathy, thank you so much for joining us today. Once again, it's been a pleasure to have your company here on Beach FM.
Wonderful. Thank you, John.
106.3 Beach FM.